Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Putty's Podcast. I am your host at Michael J. Putty. What's going on? Hope everybody survived this brutal snowstorm we had here in most of the country. But here in the East Coast, Northeast, we got hit pretty bad. So it happened Sunday night, or Sunday into Monday morning. So I looked outside, I'm like, you know what? I probably should clean off my car, but if more snow comes, what's the point? I'll just do it in the morning. Famous last words. Well, of course, the morning comes, I go out, nobody shoveled, snow is up to my, middle calf. So I tried walking around and I realized there's also no way for me to get out. Behind my car, the driveways have not been shoveled. I'm like, okay, there's no way for me to get out. Let me just take a cab. So I go on Uber, big red sign said, surge protection. I'm like, okay, that's good. You figure it'll be the opposite. So I get a cab, it's like $19. Boom, let's do it. Get there to work relatively safe because schools were closed, thankfully. Coming back home, I think it was around 20 as well. I come home, clean off my car, clean off my mother's car just in case. Still waiting in the snow because it's still into my calves. Get them both clean. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe I could drive to work. I don't want to, but I probably should. So I go out next day. Driveways still have not been shoveled. Hop on Uber. No more protection. Because now it's $40. More than twice what I paid the previous day. Fucking A. So my supervisor was also snowed in. He took a cab from the Bronx. He said it was $50. One of my coworkers lives around here. He was nice enough to give me a ride home. He offered to give me a ride in the morning, but I didn't get that text in time. He texted me around 5:55 a.m. I was still asleep. But he was nice enough to give me a ride home the next day as well. Wednesday night rolls around. So the landlord, he calls me out. Everything's shoveled. I could take the car on Thursday. But now I'm nervous to take the car on Thursday because these cabs have taken side streets to my job where there's piles of snow where cars should be parked or cars should be pulling over. So you have these rows of cars going one direction and these rows of cars coming in another direction in a small, narrow two-way street, which should not be two ways. And it formed a logjam. Nobody wanted to move. Both times I got stuck for a while because nobody wanted to move or nobody knew how to move, I guess. So now Thursday rolls around. I'm nervous about driving because I don't want to get stuck. I hate driving in general. Thursday morning, I have a hard time staying asleep. I wake up every hour. So I wake up around 4:30, 4:35. So tired. I just want to go back to sleep. But I'm thinking if I go back to sleep, I risk not waking up in time to go with my coworker who said he picked me up. So I just lay in bed. I think it's around 5:30. I decide to get up. Let me do it. Get dressed, get ready. Everything's good to go. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And I am waiting. And I realized I forgot where we left off. Was I supposed to call him? Am I waiting for a text from him again? Like, who's supposed to initiate contact here? I forgot. So by the time I'm done arguing with myself, it's too late because I figured he'd be at work by now. It's a little after 6, 6:15, 6:20 something. I'm like, all right, you know what? Streets will be empty. Let me go to work. Take the main roads so I don't get stuck. And boom, everything's fine. Get to work smoothly. Now I'm worried about leaving work. Again, they let me leave work a little bit early. Leave the parking lot and boom, immediately get stuck. But it's only one car. So they move, I move. We make it work. Bang a right. Again, the car's trying to park. Cars are coming. Traffic's backed up. I'm getting stuck. I have to pull over. It was a cluster. But I got it out of the way. Came home. Boom, everything's fine. Everything's dandy until the next day. Friday morning comes. Coworkers know I can drive now, so they're not going to bother even asking me. The entrance to my driveway is still not shoveled out, but the back of my car is. So I go over to the one next to it, but my landlord's car is blocking that. He tells me to use the other one, the one I don't use. So I try to finagle my car. Again, it's very tight. Piles of snow everywhere. Other cars are next to me. I somehow get out. I mistime it, and the front of my car rams into this pile of ice. Like, fuck. But as I'm driving, I hear this chunk of ice kind of rattling around in my wheel. I'm not sure if the axle, the wheel itself, I don't know, but I hear this loud noise. It's ice. It should go away soon, right? Or fall out. It's not going away. Then I'm thinking, could I be dragging a piece of my car? Did something fall off my car? What could it have been? Because the noise is not going away. The only time it goes away is when I crank the heat up and turn the music up. You can't hear it. Get to work, finally, and I look to my passenger side of my car, and yes, there's a piece of my car that's falling off. It's hanging on by a thread. I don't even know how to describe this piece. It's that piece of car, part of the body, that goes from one wheel to the other wheel underneath the doors. So I tell the guy, one of the attendants, he goes, we'll try to clamp it back on. I'm like, do I need it? Can we just take it off? He goes, when you come back, it'll either be on or off. We'll try our best. I come back, it's off. It's laying in my car, inside my car. Just took this car to the shop a week ago for the starter that was broken. Now this. Now I'm debating, do I need it? Can I survive without it? Because aesthetically it looks weird, but for the most part, it doesn't really seem like it's serving any purpose. But as I'm coming home Friday and running around doing some errands, I noticed the wheel's starting to jerk a little bit. It's not a smooth ride. It's kind of jerking over to the right. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I think something's broken. I think something's bent. It's going to be another fucking repair. And every time I take my car to my mechanic, he says the same thing. We just keep putting Band-Aids on it. It's a 2004. It's the very first brand new car my parents ever bought. I remember when they got it, they were super excited. Then they bought another new car years later. My father always wanted a Subaru Forester. One of his close coworkers had it, and he loved it. So as they thought about getting a new car, they got that. My mother got this car I have. And when my father stopped being able to drive, it got transferred to me. So I don't put too much wear and tear on it. It's, again, all the damage I've seen lately, like I said in a prior episode, has been done from my parking lot attendants, the valets. I don't know what the fuck they're doing to my car. But this I can't chalk up to them. This is my fault. And I remember I wanted to tell you guys a cool story of why it happened, and I just realized I told you the truth. That's fucked up. And I don't really feel like retelling it. So God knows how much this is going to cost me going forward to fix. And I usually do the show Friday nights. But this Friday night, I was just so tired. Didn't feel like moving. And my Fire Stick that I have the USA Network. But the West Coast feed. So Friday night, I wanted to watch SmackDown. I had to watch it from 11 to 2. It was in Saudi Arabia. So to watch it live on Netflix was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which I couldn't watch because I had a doctor's appointment in the afternoon. So I couldn't even watch it at work. So I figured, all right, I'll do this podcast Friday night before 11. I'll start early. Of course, that didn't happen. I doom scrolled through Instagram and I came across this page called Terry and Kanaya. It's a couple, and they are on video listening to songs they've never listened to before. So after spending like 45 minutes on their page alone, I snap back to reality. It's almost 10 o'clock. Real Time with Bill Maher is about to come on. Then SmackDown. I'm like, I'll just do the podcast Saturday night. Famous last words, again. I knew it would be tight because Saturday in the afternoon, I was supposed to go out to Long Island for a former guest host here, the Green Man, Abel's son, had a birthday party at a skating rink, I think it was. So I'm like, all right, that should be fun. I'm not going to go skating because I don't skate. I'm not built for skating, but should be fun. Haven't really been invited to a kid's party in a long time. My good friends always invited me to their kids' birthday parties. Until one year, they did it at a bouncy place. And I think they could tell I was bored. And they said, next time, if you don't mind, we've been thinking about this a lot. Why do you come for like the family stuff? You don't have to come to the kids. And I'm sure it wasn't your thing. And I was not offended. Fantastic. Because one thing about kids' birthday parties is they're also very early in the day. And I'm not an early person. So I haven't been invited to a kid's birthday in a while. I think only a couple of years, last 2 years. Last year was the first time in a long time. So like, okay. Schlep all the way out to fucking Long Island. Hang out with a bunch of loud, screaming kids. But as of January 27th, I have been single for 6 months. Feels like a lifetime ago. It's only been 6 months. Holy shit. So now I'm thinking about things differently. Maybe there could be some hot single moms, some hot single aunts. Your boy's ready to party it down and see what happens. Even if that means making an ass out of myself, falling down while trying to skate, I'll do it. But to do this, let's see who's around. There's got to be some single moms, right? It's fucking Long Island. I don't know what that means. So yeah, kind of looking forward to it, and then boom. The shit with my car happens, and I can't, that jerking motion I mentioned earlier. So no chance I'm taking this out on the highway. Fuck that. It's the last thing I need. Again, I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. If it wasn't for bad luck, I would have no luck at all. And this is a prime example of that. So the downside is I don't get to hang out with my friends. I don't get to see his son on his birthday. Don't get the chance to see any hot single moms. But I did get to stay home and watch live instead of after the party watched live the Royal Rumble, live from Saudi Arabia at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which means that time over there was 10 o'clock. A pay-per-view started at 10 p.m. So I started watching it, realizing, all right, nothing to do today. Let me just lay back and relax. Then I got a text from my brother, who never texts me, who never asks me for anything. He goes, do you have a code for ESPN I can use so I can watch the Rumble? And last week guest, Mark Schwann, asked me something. Well, he didn't ask me. He told me he can't watch the Rumble because he didn't want to pay for ESPN. So I said I would invite you over, but there's no parking over here. But now my brother can't watch it as well, but he can walk here. So I said, if you want to watch it, you can come over here and watch it. Of course, he says he'll figure it out. Then I get a text, is it still cool if he comes over? So yeah, I watched the Royal Rumble with my brother. When was the last time me and him watched wrestling together? I think it was when we were single digits, or at least I was. Maybe he was a teenager. So that was fun. Good show. Good show. Check it out on ESPN, whatever the app is called now. I told him, he asked me who I thought would win. I'm like, I don't know. Anybody but Cody or Roman Reigns, and who wins? One of those two people. Spoiler alert. But the matches themselves were good. So if I didn't go to the party, I hung out with my brother. It was nice. Something we'd rarely ever do. Part of this whole voiceover thing, I had to attend a master class, 6 hours on a Saturday afternoon. And I was hoping the whole time, because I had to go to 2 webinars. Well, 3. 2 of them were pre-taped, and I just watched with no camera, no equipment, no microphone. The third one was more of an interview one-on-one person, so that makes sense. So I was hoping that would be the same thing. I'm watching a master class instead of partaking in one. No, I partook. This woman wanted our cameras and mics on at all times. It was 8 of us, so we sat in like a Brady Bunch type box, 9 of us. Very uncomfortable. I don't like being on camera, if you know me well. And it was just, knew it was going to be a dreadful experience. Especially 6 hours of it on a Saturday afternoon. Surprisingly, it wasn't that bad. We went over some techniques and questions and overall general stuff, and then she had us each read a script, our promo, individually. And we all had to break it down line by line by line, and that took hours. Then we took a break for lunch. And then the exercise we came back to was she each privately messaged us an emotion. We all had to read the same 2 lines, but whatever emotion she gave us, with our cameras off, because you could tell emotion by facial expressions. Most of them got it. There was one guy, I forgot what his emotion was. I couldn't tell. Nobody could tell. So after failing round 1, the coach gave him some advice. He came back, did it again, and one person got it. Mine was bored. I'm very accustomed to sounding bored. So I read it. Nobody got it. She gave me some advice. I took her advice. Still nobody got it. I was the only fucking one to lose that fucking challenge. So at the end, we go around the room she's asking us what we took away from it. And I said some things, and I also ended it with, by the way, I'm the one who lost that challenge. I got to maybe emote more. And she just deadpan goes, what do you mean lost? We weren't keeping score. Like, lighten up. It was a joke. She took it so seriously. I get it. But come on. But some good news. This past week's lesson with my coach, I told her about it. And she goes, oh, yeah. I actually knew you took that class because one of my other students was in it. And she said, oh, yeah, Mike was there. Mike has a great voice. Well, wasn't expecting that. So it was nice to hear from somebody who does not know me. Next week is my final one-on-one vocal/acting lesson with my coach. Also have my second studio advisory lesson to make sure everything's in tip-top shape with this. And then from there, I move on to my demo production with my producer. I fill out this questionnaire with all these questions. And the company writes you 10 demo scripts customized for you. So you don't get them anywhere else. Everybody's demos are different based on your wants, likes, desires. So I got them. They're pretty smooth. They're pretty easy. I got one about Jack Daniels. I got one about Frank Sinatra. One about Harley Davidson. One about the Humane Society. So they're pretty good. They did a great job. I love them. Looking forward to what's next when it comes to that. Quick question for the ladies out there, if anybody's listening. What should I be more offended by? Someone who matches with me, say on Bumble. Bumble, the women have to reach out first. So should I be offended if I get a match on Bumble and they don't reply and let the match expire after 24 hours? Or someone who matches with me and then unmatches right away? That's happened a couple times this week. There was one girl, pretty girl, on Hinge, and one of her written prompts, I forgot what prompt she answered, but she said she's still not over John Cena's retirement. Yes, I was there in person, and yes, maybe some tears were shed. So instead of liking her pictures, I liked that prompt. She matched with me. I introduced myself and asked, hey, how was it being there actually in person? Unmatched. What the fuck? You tell a story about you going to John Cena's last match. I'm asking you about your experience, and you then unmatch me. Fucking A. Speaking of wrestling and romantic life, I had a very, very, very weird dream. It was very convoluted. Now I remember little bits here and there, but it was an interesting dream. I'm assuming it was all woven different dreams. But in one dream, my ex came back. She apologized. She missed me, wanted to be back together. We talked things out, and we agreed to get back together. We were cuddling on the couch. Think she fell asleep, and then she gets up. And it's not her. It's one of these wrestling chicks with a heavily animated, prickly mustache for some fucking reason. Like, why am I thinking of those two together? What the fuck caused that? It's something that's some visual I see very vividly. Both of them, before and after. Fucking dreams are weird, man. Dreams are very, very fucking weird. Let's try to make this smooth transition. Moving on. Catherine O'Hara passed away, which is kind of shocking. We just saw her a couple weeks ago at the Golden Globes. She was there for her part in The Studio, which is coming back for season 2. So I wonder how far along in the shooting process they are, if they started at all, and how will they address her absence. Yeah, it's sad. I know her from, of course, most people do, Home Alone, Kevin's mom. And a couple years ago, I started trying to watch TV shows, and I came across Schitt's Creek, show I always heard good things about, and always wanted to watch, never knew how to watch it. And she, of course, fucking killed it. She won an Emmy for that. Then you hear about her comedic past, I think SCTV. But she was found at home having breathing difficulties. She was rushed to the hospital in serious condition, and she died at 71. No specific cause of death has been publicly confirmed yet. Media is reporting the brief hospitalization, the brief illness, and other than that, nothing else. So hopefully more details come out as time goes on. So rest in peace to her. That's a sad, tragic, sudden loss. Nobody saw that coming. And a random side note, I posted a scene from Schitt's Creek about her character. Rumors were spreading online that she died. And they were talking about it as a family. People were sending their grief and condolences and flowers. So I posted that story on my social medias. And this girl I know, the girl I've been talking to in years, she's down there in Florida, she's married. I haven't spoken to her in quite a while. And she commented on that story, F off, LOL. Talk about random. I don't remember the last time I spoke to her. And she's messaging me, telling me to go F off. Didn't say the word, literally the letter, literally F off, LOL. I don't know how to respond to that. So I reacted with a laughing emoji and commented back, thank you? Question mark. She replies instantaneously, oh my God, I don't know who sent that. I didn't send it. That's very weird. And she deleted the comment. What the fuck happened there? Why would somebody tell me to F off? Had to be in her account, had to be on her phone. Someone told me to F off. Unless it was like a voice. I don't know. Very random. But anyway, let's move on to some happy news or fun news. Patrick Duke, a 67-year-old golfer from Ireland who lost an arm back in 2012 due to a workplace accident, recently made his first ever, get this, hole-in-one at the Overstone Park Golf Club in England. Now, to hit a hole-in-one, the odds are about like 100,000 to 1. Not to brag, I have hit 3 in the road to the PGA Masters game. Former co-host Erwin is still trying for his first, so a little humble brag there. But I had 2 arms, 2 thumbs. My character had 2 arms. He hit a 120-yard par 3, 4th hole with a 7-iron with 1 fucking arm. It's not like he's a golf prodigy. He only started playing after he lost his arm. A good friend of his introduced him to the game, and with help from a pro and a coach, he developed his own technique to play. Again, can't stress this enough. 1 arm. He says golf, and I'm reading here, he says golf helped transform his life, helping him overcome physical and emotional challenges, including PTSD, depression, and loss of confidence. The sport gave him friendship, purpose, and quote unquote, the will to live. Fucking A. He hopes his story inspires others facing adversity to try new things and find joy and connection. I mean, this guy's playing golf with one arm. What's my excuse? I'm too tired? Fucking A. What inspiration. That's awesome. I saw a picture and I still don't know how he does it. You need both arms to power through. How does he fucking play golf with one arm? How far are his drives? That's fucking awesome. Good for him. But that's it for me. Kind of wrap things up here. Just, I think I got everything I wanted to talk about off my chest. And if I sound a little off tonight, if I sound a little different or out of pace or different tone, it's because this is probably one of the most frustrating episodes I have ever had to deal with in the past 18 weeks. Early in this episode, my neighbors, who I can hear walking around all the time, apparently decided to wear boots or high heels and have a parade up fucking stairs because I kept talking and all I heard was the thud and stomping from upstairs. Because again, remember, several weeks ago I had this new uber sensitive microphone that picks up everything. I pull away from the microphone to breathe, creak in my chair, picks up everything. I move my head a certain side, my headphones creak, it hears everything. And for some reason, my stomach is on fire right now. I'm not hungry. I don't have to go to the bathroom. It's not gas. It's just deciding to have a party and make all these weird bubbly noises. And I cannot tell you how many times I've thrown down my headphones to walk away. Because this show is going to be 20-something minutes. But I've been here for almost 2 hours. And it's very frustrating. And I don't know what this is. I mean, if my stomach's upset in any kind of way, you do a shot, you have a drink, it settles it. But I've done that. Keeping the tradition alive of a shot of wrestling, I do a shot before the show starts. I'm having a drink right now. And my stomach is still deciding to talk. It's growling like it's hungry. It sounds like it's hungry, I should say. But I'm not. I just ate like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. It's freaking pissing me off. I even tried to take breaks. You know, I've thrown my headphones down at least 3 times in the past 2 hours. Let me take a break. I go lay on the couch, walk around the apartment. Don't hear anything. Don't feel anything. It's just when I come down here and sit down and my stomach acts up. It's like he knows the microphones are on. Like, what the fuck? But now I'm just rambling. Editing this show is not going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. But I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And until next time, Putty out.